All right, Pops. We got to talk about it, Pops. We got to. It's mandated. We're both big fans of him. He was the first. He was the first topic on the first podcast that we did. Um, is it time to pull the plug, Dad? I'm I'm gonna read you off this stat real quick from the game, and then I'll let you take it away. Um,
Yeah.
so the Jets win the game 27-20, and it's sad that I'm even bringing this up. I feel like it's a shot at him. They won the game, so I shouldn't even say any of this. But 6 for 11, 54 yards, one touchdown, one interception. He had
Well, we got names.
he had 54 yards, and one catch was the Brees Hall for 42. So if you take that away, he had 12 yards on 5 completions.
Yeah. That's not an NFL quarterback.
Could you imagine being could you imagine being a wide receiver running a bunch of routes and knowing you're more than likely never even getting looked at?
I know. Yeah, it's time to pull the plug.
I I don't want to say it, but I mean it I think it's time, right? It's getting to a point to where I mean, give you a couple more games, but I mean, you've had 3 teams now to make it work. You've gotten a really good contract for yourself this year to be able to stand on business and then get yourself a big, massive contract, in 2 years probably. But he just can't seem to get it together, Dad, and I don't know what to say.
Man, there. Goodbye.
I'm kind of hurt. Oh, you're done? I'm gonna keep talking about it for a second.
No, don't tell him about
Oh, you're gonna tell him bye just like that? I, I, I
it. Well,
mean, I mean, when Brees, I feel like if I was to go into the stats, I feel like Brees Hall would be 40% of their offense for like the last 6 games. And he's not paid. You paid Justin Fields instead. You could have paid him less than what you paid Fields and then pick somebody else up.
yeah.
What do you? Why don't? Okay. So let me ask you this. This randomly just came to my head. They love the scrambling quarterback. Rookie quarterback from this year, Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, but I don't like. I'm whatever.
Not a fan.
No, I don't like scrambling quarterbacks. Not that much.
Me either. But I think he has that. I think he has a very strong arm to where if he can stay in the pocket, because he didn't scramble too much at Bama. He threw it. He threw that bitch for real. But I feel like he would be more of a scrambling quarterback in the league as well. I would agree.
I gotta get ready to go. I'll
Yeah,
see
yeah,
you on
you're
the flip.
good, Dad. You're good. I'm gonna go to my full cam and I'm gonna keep talking about it. Go ahead. Thank you. So Pop says it's time to pull the plug on Justin Fields. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a good note. I just think Justin Fields needs to figure out if he wants to actually develop in the league. And I'm not saying that he's not trying because I have no clue, but from the outside looking in, it seems as if Fields doesn't want to take the initiative and become like that starting number one quarterback and stay in the pocket and deliver the ball and make the actual reads. I can't say it's not hard to, or it's easy to make reads, but at some point you have to show a couple flashes of what you showed at Ohio State. Because you stepped into some of them throws. You're not stepping into the throws no more. And you're not throwing the worst balls, but you're definitely not throwing very catchable balls either. And the other big thing is you can't have your running back being unhappy and riding a go-kart around the locker room begging to get shipped somewhere because he does not want to play with you. And he's the only reason y'all score on offense. So that's no disrespect to no one else there or G5, but I'm just basing it off of, what's really going on. And the man from, I believe, Oklahoma State, if I am correct, is carrying the game right now. And at some point you gotta say, okay, I got paid blank amount of dollars. This team has this expectation of me, and I need to figure out how to change my approach or change what I got going on or try something different. Because what he's been doing is just not working currently, and it hasn't worked for any of the teams that he's played for. Now, I know offensive coordinators and schemes are very big in how this whole process is even going to shake out. So it's not all on Justin Fields. But if you look at the film, if you look at what's going on, our wide receiver's open. Yes. Does he miss a lot of throws? Yes. Our wide receiver is open when he is scrambling. Sometimes, or a lot of times, yes. Sometimes it can be more rewarding to be able to stop just for that one little second, or just keep running and still throw the ball, 15, 20 yards like you're very capable of doing. Getting that pass off, now they're gonna respect that a little bit more. So it opens up the game for you a little bit. But he just takes the run like usual, and that's what they want him to do, and they just make them play short down football, and it's hard to win games that way. But they ended up getting it done, 27-20. Crazy game, phenomenal game. But I think it's time to figure out what the Jets got going on, figure out how they're going to be able to score points, or are they just going to ride out with Justin Fields for the rest of the year? Play draft picks because they already traded away Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, and just ride out the storm. They've already paid him the money, so at the end of the day, that's what I'm seeing is making the most sense for the Jets, and it seems like that's what they're doing right now. They're just sitting by, waiting for the season to get over with, seeing if they can make any offseason trades probably, and then they're going to reinvent shop. And the Jets are either going to mess everything up, or they're going to end up making some crazy plays. Making some crazy moves. Expect to see Breece Hall shipped for something. Or if they get a bunch of pieces, expect them to keep Breece Hall. If there's some way possible. Because they can say, hey, we got this pick, we're bringing in boom, 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 boom. But if I'm Breece Hall, I'm not buying none of that. Get up out of there. I'm not going to lie to you, big dog. You got to get up out of there because it's not safe. It is not safe, and it is not healthy to be in New York right now. I'm sure the food's good. I'm sure the people are great. I'm sure the fans are amazing. But I'd like to win a couple football games. And that feels like they didn't win a football game even though they did. It just feels like they're not going to be able to do nothing continuously or going on how would I say that? Yeah, it's time for this segment then. Let's get to the next. Subscribe to the Juice and Pop Show.